Brooklyn Independent Television.
You're walking towards the school building, there's dirt everywhere. There's like sand everywhere, you know, it just seemed like the beach just, you know, just like someone just threw sand all over here. And it just seemed very dirty. It's amazing how strong water is because it was lifting up cars and hitting each other. The school itself, thank God, yeah, we lost power, we didn't have phone lines, but you know, the custodial staff did an amazing job to try to get the building back up and running. The field was damaged.
Well, we lost our field, our playing surface to play games on, and the practice as well. We lost a lot of areas. These are kind of trip hazards. You know, it's up, it came up off the ground, it's bunched together right here, and it's spidering down in certain spots of the field. So they gotta pull it out to make it tight. This was the worst of the damage right here, the height-wise, and it froze up on us when we had that second nor'easter. We think some more water got under there and froze up a little bit on it and kind of made it hard now. You can't even step down on it to push it outwards. So this is the area that we're concerned that they may have to take up totally and replace. No way to dry it out. The company said they got to take everything up, try to pull it out, and see what kind of damage is underneath. They think there might be some damage underneath with the layers that they lay. We got hit really hard with Sandy. I mean, we're about 2 blocks away from the ocean, so we're unable to play a game here. We got spots where we can practice on, but we still can't get the full effect of practicing on a full field. You know, it's not a full distance. Then we also got hit really hard in our field house. We had a lot of equipment that was ruined, and some of it cannot be replaced. So here's the water line. I saved it, so we don't forget it. You can still see it here. That's how high the water came. Filled up the whole thing right there. We marked the Sandy 2012. Okay, but that's how high the water came. And again, we're about 2 to 3 blocks away from the beach, so that tells you how high the water came. And so every kid's locker in here was ruined with whatever was on the bottom on the floor. Okay. It came up to this high, like you saw over there. Cleats, practice gear, sneakers, things they were unable to salvage. So we had to practice a couple of days without any equipment, you know, just helmets and shoulder pads. Because luckily we had our helmets and shoulder pads up high, so we were able to save those things. We're digging out, you know, we're coming back. You know, we had to play our first playoff game at Lafayette, and we're going to play our second game at Lafayette as well. I think it actually brought us closer together because we had a lot of kids that were displaced from their homes.
I live in Coney Island on West 24th Street, and it was difficult because if you lived in a house, the houses were flooded, but if you live in an apartment, we lost electricity, heat, so it's very difficult to live in. Once the hurricane started, a lot of people evacuated, so yeah, I had to leave Coney Island for a week. We went to Brownsville. It really didn't feel comfortable. Like, I felt misplaced, like I didn't belong there. Like, I didn't feel home.
I hated the storm. It personally was really bad because everybody that I really knew was gone from my residence. Everyone was gone. A lot of elderly people died. One died in my hands. A grandmother that lived across the floor from me. She was like a grandma, really was. Every time I needed something, I always went there. I was downstairs. I was trying to help people. You know, the elderly people that were downstairs because they turned down the elevators. So people couldn't get anywhere, so I was taking them upstairs, and when I saw the water coming, it was coming a lot, and people were opening the doors and more water was coming in, and so then all the lights went off, and everyone was yelling, all dogs were running everywhere. It was very bad. When I saw the water pouring in through my building, I was like, Mom, get all your stuff together, we gotta go. And then we went downstairs, we saw the water coming up, we went back upstairs, and we just sat there. We were talking about everything, what would happen if something did happen. She told me everything, where money is, where everything is that I needed, if anything did happen to her. It was a little bit uneasy, you know. Grandmother died in my arms, but I got through it. I went to counseling at Lincoln, and all the coaches were there for me.
You sit there and you say, we're supposed to be the role models for our kids, and you want to be the strength for them, and you can't really prepare for it. You know, you see the kids were so happy to be back, and you know, they just wanted to come up to you and hug you and tell you their story about what happened, where they were the day of, you know, the hurricane. I think being a part of a team or athletics, I think the kids appreciate it a little bit more because of the fact that if that emotional stress that they had at home, now they can take it out of court on the field. And in their eyes, it's a way of normal. You know, it's back to the norm. This is what life was before the hurricane, and we're back to that. So it's baby steps that we took to get them back to that.
Sandy really just took a really big part on us. And now we're recovering slowly but surely.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.